Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Hartford, Connecticut, and this Hartford Whalers expansion franchise as we're set here to take on the Carolina Hurricanes as JT Compher and Sebastian Aho take the faceoff draw as Carolina wins it. Svechnikov gets tripped right out of the gate here by Andrew Mangiapane. It wouldn't be right starting a game without a penalty here, as that's been a common theme for this team. But Carolina comes into this game 1-2. And still, even despite this 1-2 start, obviously very early in the season, they're one of the best teams, I would say, in the Eastern Conference as they they made a few additions with Ryan O'Reilly, Ryan Graves, and Gustav Nyquist. So we'll see those new additions here on the ice for Carolina. Here as they take the power play, Brent Burns a rip right out of the gate, and Wedgewood with a tremendous glove save. And you see Wedgewood's getting his first playing time here. We gave Matt Murray the first 4 starts. I actually did mean to start Murray last game, but I forgot about that. So we have him here in this live look-in at Hartford as they win this defensive zone face-off draw. They get the clear up to center ice. Nietzsche gives off to Jarvis, who takes it into the zone over to Svechnikov. He tries to get a centering pass. It's intercepted by Orlov as he gives up to Compher, who gets the clear. Brent Burns with it up to Nietzsche. Crosses mid-ice, gives to Aho. And his shot is blocked by Cody Ceci. Brent Burns gets blocked, ends up back to Ceci, who gets the clear with less than a minute left on this Carolina power play. Nice play there by Compher, but he couldn't get a clean interception as Nietzsche recovers, takes it into the zone over to Svechnikov. His shot is blocked. Svechnikov, another shot turned away by Wedgewood. Nietzsche recovers over to Burns, up to Aho. And another penalty here right out of the gate. Jeez Louise. That's going to be on Marcus Foligno. And here, you see Andrew Mangiapane enters the box, but he's already in the box, so that's something EA has to fix. They had Foligno already sitting in there when he was the one who just recorded the penalty. Yeah. Holding, I'm definitely going to turn down after this game. I was on the fence about it, but it looks like that's going to be necessary here. So now 5-on-3 for Hartford as Carolina gets the puck, Slavin up top. Stanley clears down the boards, but Slavin picks it up over to Teravainen. Kotkaniemi with it back behind to Ryan O'Reilly as we see him for the first time, along with Gustav Nyquist, who takes a shot. It's blocked in front by O'Reilly, who gets a shot in front, but Wedgewood's there for the save. Another big shot, which is blocked in traffic. Teravainen with it. Stanley picks it up to Lawton, up to Barry, who gets the clear, as less than a minute left on this second Carolina power play. Slavin takes it in. Nice feed pass to Kotkaniemi, which goes wide. Teravainen with it in front to Kotkaniemi, and a save there by Scott Wedgewood. So 5 shots here in the early going for Carolina on 2 power plays, and Wedgewood's been doing pretty well. If you watched any of the preseason, you saw Scott Wedgewood was probably the worst goalie in all the preseason. I think his save percentage was .850, and his goals against was over 5. So that's absolutely abysmal. So we'll see if he can recover here in his first start in the regular season as he gets another save with 14 seconds left on this Carolina power play. Let's just get to even strength. I mean, that seems like a treat at this point. And there you see Jordan Martinick out there. I gave him the start in this game after he was a healthy scratch for the past 4. Give him some playing time against his former team. And also shuffled the lines a little bit. As you probably noticed, we had JT Compher out there on the first line, who replaces Scott Lawton, as Scott Lawton goes down to the third line with Philip Zadina and Foligno. All right, back to full strength now as Svechnikov takes it up ice. Nice play there by Orlov. Carlson picks it up, passes over to Ceci. Peels back. His puck goes off Carlson's skate, but he's able to recover. His kick up the ice goes to Seth Jarvis, who gives it over to Nietzsche. Brent Burns with it now at the top. His shot gets blocked in traffic. Svechnikov working his way towards the front. His pass goes astray, and now Carlson passes it back to Ceci. Ceci takes it up ice. And we got our first chance here, it seems. Ceci at the top. His shot goes wide. Seth Jarvis picks it up as he was battled there by Patrick Kane. Now Brent Burns with it, taking up ice. Passes over to Jarvis. Jarvis enters the zone. His pass in front isn't clean, and Orlov picks it up to Carlson, who will dump it in. He'll give chase over to Jarvis. Good defensive play there by Carlson, but Jarvis just gets the puck off. Patrick Kane with it at center ice, picked up by Matt Grzelcyk, who goes into the zone. Mangiapane with our first shot on goal, and it's stuffed there by Kochetkov. And I don't know if how active some of you are in the NHL, but Kochetkov is he's a budding personality and one of the good young goalie who's definitely emerging as one of the better ones in the Eastern Conference. Carolina dumps it in. It's picked up by Grzelcyk, who's hit hard there. He's able to recover, though. He picks it up. Goes up to Brown, over to Compher. Compher's centering pass is intercepted as Graves gives up to Nieto, who will dump it in. Tyson Barrie's there to pick it up. He kicks over the boards. I think that was Foligno who picked it up. Now Kane with it, dancing a little bit. Kane's pass back to Foligno is not cleanly received. So now McLeod takes it up ice. Over to Pesce. Now McLeod back with it to O'Reilly, to Graves. Back to Pesce with a shot. And it's gloved there by Scott Wedgewood. And I also apologize for my voice here in this one. I'm super congested. So that's like an ongoing issue for me. So apologies on that. And I also apologize for my squeaky chair. I'm going to look into getting a better chair that doesn't squeak. I pretty much have to sit still this entire time to avoid squeaking. So Scott Lawton now with it. Good patience as he gets in the center. Right in front, his shot. Pad save there by Kochetkov. And Hartford will get their first power play of the game as Ryan O'Reilly commits a penalty. And there you see him in the Carolina Hurricanes digs as he's a solid addition here for this talented team. That was an interesting penalty. Patrick Kane with 3 goals here in our first 4 games. We'll certainly look to get on the board here on our first power play as Leo Carlson's on the draw. Gets tied up, and Carolina will come up with it with Jordan Stahl going up ice. Skates into the corner, back to Aho in front, and the shot is blocked by Mangiapane. Carlson now with it. He'll dump it in. Kane gives chase against Stahl. Stahl passes up to Aho. Aho tries to clear up the boards. It's taken by another Hurricane. Now Jordan Stahl with it into the zone. 1-on-1. He gets a shot. Pad save there by Scott Wedgewood. Patrick Kane comes up with it. Passes up to Olofsson. He tries to steer into the zone. He's upended, but now Kane recovers a loose puck. In front, Patrick Kane stoned by Kochetkov. Mangiapane to Tyson Barrie in front. Backhand scores! Hartford takes the lead here. Good power play chance there for Hartford. It didn't look good early on with our back-to-back penalties, but now Hartford takes the lead. Patrick Kane, I think that was to Mangiapane, and then Tyson Barrie finishes backhand. Good puck movement there, finding the open spaces, and then Barrie does what he needs to do there. Now Patrick Kane with 5 points, leading the team in our 5th game here. 6:20 remaining in the first period. As Jake Evans on the draw. Evans, so far I gotta say he would be a fan favorite. Ooh, off the post there for Carolina. Nyquist now with it. Patrick up to Evans. I was gonna say Evans is probably a fan favorite here with his shootout game-winning goal there in episode 4, I believe that was, or episode 5. And he gave Hartford our first win here in the series. Solid 4th liner there, Evans, and I'd like to keep him around for a while. I think he fits that role really well. O'Reilly dances into the zone. Puck just goes just out of his reach. Excuse me. That was Martinic against his former team, where he spent, I want to say, previously the entirety of his career in Carolina. Nietzsche's up to O'Reilly. O'Reilly takes it in. Nice hit there by Grizzlick. O'Reilly over to Burns. Gets a shot off pad save Wedgewood. And now Hartford takes it up with Nolan Patrick leading the charge. He dumps it in. Board play there against Slavin. Brent Burns with it again. Gives it off to Jarvis. Now loose puck to Marcus Foligno. And Hartford takes over offensively. Lawton backhand in front. And it's, saved by Kochkatov. Pyotr Kochkatov. Remember the name. Now, obviously, Anderson is not in net for Carolina. He was a free agent. And I forget where he signed. I want to say maybe Anaheim is where Anderson ended up. But we'll check on that. Kakaniemi can't keep possession, but the loose puck he does recover. Brett Pesce in front. Pad save Wedgewood, and he saves the rebound as well. Here with 11 saves for Scott Wedgewood in the first period. Brown up to Lawton, who loses possession. Picked up by Seth Jarvis. Peels back up ice over to McLeod. And he keeps possession despite a pesky defense there from Zadina. Shot in front from McLeod. The rebound is picked up by Zadina, who passes up ice to Mangiapane with 2 seconds left. Can we get a shot? No, we cannot. So the Hartford Whalers lead after the first period 1-0. And after the first few minutes with those penalties, that's a result I'm certainly happy with. Hopefully we can keep it going here in the second period. Only 5 shots there for Hartford, but it was the power play which proved to their benefit as they were able to put it home on that Tyson Berry goal. Here we go in the second period. Aho wins the draw for Carolina. Slavin up to Burns over to Svechnikov. Takes it in. His snapshot's blocked there by Mangiapane. That looked like it was going to be lethal too. So clutch block there by Mangiapane, who gives the Confer, who's stood up there by Slavin. Now Burns with it poked away by Mangiapane. Passes back to Orlov to Confer. Now Patrick Kane passes back to Orlov. Cody Ceci. His shot is blocked. Pad save and the rebound. It looked like Confer was going to be able to put that rebound home, but it's controlled there by Kochkatov. Now we have this second line here still with Olofsson, Karlsson, Arvidsson, the all-Swede line. Aho wins the draw. Back to Burns. Now Slavin with it. Feeds up to Svechnikov. Poked away by Orlov. And Karlsson recovers. Very strong play here by Dmitry Orlov as well. Now Olofsson up to Arvidsson. Pickpocketed there by Slavin, who's been very active for this Carolina team. He'll peels it in. And a one-timer there in the slot is gloved by Sebastian Aho. So far, so good for Scott Wedgewood. Hopefully he can keep it up here in his first action as a Hartford Whaler. Carolina wins the draw. Brent Burns to Jacob Slavin with a rip, and it's blocker save there by Wedgewood off the draw. Cody Ceci now takes it up ice as he meets Jacob Slavin. He'll skate past him for now. Takes it into the corner, passes back to Arvidsson behind the net. Olofsson in front with the goal. His first goal of the season. That was a nice snapshot off a nice feed there from Victor Arvidsson working behind the net. As Hartford now takes a 2-0 lead. And Kochkatov couldn't glove it. It was too quick there on a strike from Victor Olofsson off a feed from a snapshot there from Olofsson off a feed from Victor Arvidsson. And now Arvidsson now climbs towards the top of our points leaders, tied with Patrick Kane, as both have assists here in this game. So early on in the second period, and Hartford with a 2-0 lead. Carolina wins another draw, one of the strengths there for the Hurricanes team, but Hartford recovers. Karlsson tries to dance into the zone. It's picked up by Nietzsche. Loose puck goes to Pesce, fighting with Karlsson, and Pesce's going to win that battle most times with his size and physicality against someone like Leo Karlsson. Nice hit there by Logan Stanley, but he misses the puck as Nietzsche picks it up. And then Zadina now with it. Skates behind. Gives up to Foligno, back to Barry with our first goal here. Barry will skate it in with some room. And he's poked there by Pesce, picked up by Nyquist. Foligno gives chase. And he'll end up with the puck. Nice persistence there and pursuit by Marcus Foligno, who's now playing on the third line in this game with Scott Lawton and Zadina. Tyson Berry passes over to Lawton. Now Zadina with it enters the zone. He'll dump it. There's Foligno still fighting out there on the ice. Logan Stanley could not get a shot off. Patrick Kane now intercepts to Foligno. There's Josh Brown and Patrick Kane with the one-timer, and it's blocked by Jacob Slavin. And I'm sorry, that was Brady Ski. Brady Ski? No, I'm sorry, Brady Shea. There we go, Brady Shea. I actually looked that one up before this commentary because I didn't want to say it wrong, but I did say it wrong. At least I recovered. Carolina here now beating Hartford 12-4 on the face-off circle. Svechnikov we haven't seen too much of, but I'm sure he'll be out there now as Carolina trails 2-0 and they need some firepower from their superstar. Nice interception there by Kane, but just he couldn't get past the two Carolina defenders. So we'll have another face-off here in our offensive zone. Carolina wins another draw. Teravainen to Brady Shea, who's tripped there by Patty Kane. And there's an unnecessary penalty there by our seasoned veteran. When we're up 2-0, you don't need to be taking penalties like that. So a Hartford penalty kill, which is 2 for 2 so far, takes the ice yet again. Jake Evans and Nolan Patrick out there on this initial line to start this penalty kill. Ryan O'Reilly wins the draw to Brett Burns. Shot from Seth Jarvis, which is gloved there by Wedgewood. Another face-off here in our defensive zone. Tie up there as it trickles back to Carolina. Brent Burns with it right in front to Kakaniemi. Save Wedgewood on the one-timer. Orlov tries to get the clear attempt out, but it's stopped by O'Reilly. Brent Burns up to O'Reilly again. Over to Kakaniemi in front. Pad save Wedgewood. Nice adjustment there. Kakaniemi. Teravainen on the side of the net. And strong physical play there by Cody Ceci as Wedgewood freezes it. As you see full pressure there. Carolina, 23 seconds left of full pressure here in the zone. So we got to get it out as we have Lawton and Mangiapane. Lawton are probably our best face-off man on our team, as he's overpowered there by O'Reilly. Teravainen in front. Shot is blocked. Another freeze there from Scott Wedgewood. And we'll do it again. We'll have another defensive zone draw. And I think Lawton's going to win this one. Let's go, Scott. We need to get it back and clear it out. Lawton loses another one. O'Reilly shot in front, save. And Teravainen had the rebound there, but he had no space to work with as Wedgewood just closed it down. And a shot goes off the post. Wedgewood was in a desperate spot, but luckily off the post. Oh, man. And there we go. We had to get it out, and we couldn't do it. That was just Kakaniemi with the power play goal here as Wedgewood was just sprawling around out there at that time. Our penalty kill really struggled there. We couldn't win a draw, and that was just let's see what happened here. So pad save there, obviously by Wedgewood. And Grzelcyk picks it up. And then what is happening? And it looks like just by skating into him, Kakaniemi was able to poke it in. So not even really a shot there. He just kind of skated into Grzelcyk. And the loose puck just ended up in the net as Wedgewood was just way out of position there. So 2-1 here, just halfway through this game. As now we fall to 2 for 3 on the penalty kill. And you see Wedgewood's stamina there. Still no stamina. So he needs some time to recover. McLeod, Nieto is upended by Carlson. Passes over to Stanley, up to Olofsson. Looks for his options, really nothing there. And he tries to fight through a few Carolina Hurricanes. Now Carlson ends up with it, but his pass goes astray. Carolina kind of recovering here. Jacob Slavin. There we go, Carlson again being very active. Wow, going from Slavin to Burns. He's not able to win the physical battle there, but at least you like to see him throwing the body, being very pesky out there. As we'll go for, I was going to say go for a line change, but no. Carlson now with it again. Goes up the boards. Patience there. Nice peel back. And his pass in front isn't clean. And Kochkatov, who hasn't been too active, we haven't had many chances, but we've been way more efficient here by Carolina. I just worry, though, at Wedgewood's ability to kind of stand his ground here down the stretch because Carolina's getting way more chances than us. So Orlov's shot goes wide. Burns now with it up to Kakaniemi. He tries to dance in, but Cody Cece's there playing strong defense. He's been very good in this game. Also assist to his credit. Andrew Mangiapane takes it a far ways now, gives off to Comfort, who is slammed there by Jacob Slavin, but the loose puck is picked up by Kane, and his pass is intercepted by Kakaniemi. Tries to give up to Seth Jarvis, but his pass goes wide. Orlov over to Cece. Now Patrick Kane there, who gets hit hard by Kakaniemi. Jordan Stahl now with it. Loose puck there. Seth Jarvis in front, and Wedgewood with the save. So after this game, I'll probably sim a few, and then we'll probably sim a few after this and then pick it up next episode. I think next episode I'll sim a few more up to our Chicago game. Kind of want to get a chance to see Connor Bedard, and then after that I think we'll have a full episode of just simming a bunch and really putting a dent in this season. Jake Evans with a shot there, pushed away by Kochkatov. Aho up to Teravainen. Tries to get some space, but he's closed off by Orlov. Goes over to Cece. Now Nolan Patrick with it. He'll dump it in. There's Jake Evans giving chase, but it's picked up by Graves, who passes up to Aho, who has some space here. Svechnikov can't get a shot off. Teravainen cleans it up with a shot, which is closed off by Wedgewood. Now Teravainen back to Svechnikov. His rip goes in. He beat the glove there to Scott Wedgewood, and Svechnikov was someone I've been worried about this whole game. He hasn't been out there too much, but I knew he was someone who we would definitely have to worry about if he got a clean chance in front. And there he buries the goal as Carolina overcomes a 2-0 deficit. Not a great shot there by Svechnikov. As Carolina overcomes a 2-0 deficit, and we now have a square hockey game at 2. As I expressed, I really worry about Wedgewood's ability here to close this game out, and now we're going to have to get him one. Teravainen and Graves there on the assist as Hartford wins this faceoff. Nietzsche gives to, I think that's Graves. Graves trying to battle for it. Tyson Barrie picks it up. With just over a minute here in this second period, Scott Lawton skates up ice. He loses possession, picked up by O'Reilly, who will get towards the net. Pad save there by Wedgewood. Rebound cleaned up by Carolina with Nietzsche now behind the net. Passes in front for Nyquist. And another shot there by Carolina. Now we'll get one more rush here with 15 seconds, or we will not as we lose possession. There's Nietzsche with 5 seconds left here. Nyquist shot in front, save. Rebound, O'Reilly got slammed there by Wedgewood. As the second period comes to an end, and in a very timely manner, as I think Carolina was about to get something going there. So we enter the period up 2-0. Wow, 30 shots to 9 in this game. That is absolutely absurd. Absolutely absurd. As they have more than double us on face-off wins as well. So we haven't provided much action for you there at home in this one. We'll see if we can bounce back in the third period as Carolina wins another face-off. Slavin gives up the boards, picked up by Cece. Passes over to Comfort. Comfort now to Mangiapane. Mangiapane probably one of our more physical players, but also I've been very impressed by his skating ability as well. As Dmitry Orlov will take it into the zone, tries to get some space, and he commits a tripping penalty. So just what we needed here. Another penalty kill against the hot Carolina offense. So, and Orlov, obviously one of our pivotal penalty killers there. So not good. We probably had to go this whole period without committing a penalty because I really, really worry about this Carolina power play with Svechnikov, Aho, and Nietzsche out there with Seth Jarvis and Brent Burns there on the back end. Burns back to Jarvis. Now Stanley intercepts. Comfort to Foligno. He tries to dump it into the zone, but it's blocked by a Carolina Hurricane. Aho now with it up to Brent Burns. Brent Burns will give to Svechnikov, and you don't want to give him any space here. Nice defensive play there. I want to say that was Stanley closing the door against Svechnikov. Carolina trying to gain some space here in the neutral zone, but it's intercepted by Compher, who gives to Foligno, and his shot is saved by Kochkatov. So a nice chance there on the penalty kill, but Foligno is not able to bury it. And he's not really known for his offensive prowess either. More obviously for his defensive and physical game. But a goal there would have been great from Foligno. Jake Evans wins the faceoff, but Carolina picks it up. Kotkaniemi takes it into the zone. His pass is intercepted by Josh Brown, and he tries to clear, but it's picked up by Barry, who does get the clear off. Just over 30 seconds now as Carolina looks to get a rush going on this power play. Kotkaniemi gives to Teravainen. Teravainen in front to O'Reilly. Goes backhand, pad save by Scott Wedgewood. Kotkaniemi back to Nyquist. Jacob Slavin, his rip from the point is corralled there by Wedgewood. So despite what happens here in the last 15, 16 minutes, very strong game from Scott Wedgewood, and you like to see him kind of bounce back from an absolutely abysmal preseason. Hartford wins the draw here in the defensive zone as they look to kill off the remainder of this power play, which they do. Orlov coming out of the box almost is able to pick it up. Now Teravainen gives to Kotkaniemi. In front, Wedgewood is able to handle it after Grzelcyk almost kind of put it in there. If we're able to scrounge out even 1 point here, I would kind of be happy with that if we force this past regulation. Even despite a 2-0 start, that's kind of... you don't really like to say that. When you're up 2-0, you kind of want the win. But this Hartford Whalers team obviously still trying to gel early on in their existence, or re-existence, I should say, as Wedgewood freezes another puck. Lawton out there on the face-off draw against Nichis. Nice win there by Lawton, who gives back to Stanley. Now Barry up to Foligno. Foligno tries a backhand pass towards the center of the ice, but it's intercepted. Nichis takes it in. There's a little congestion there. Lawton over to Stanley. Stanley tries to get some room. His pass will go for Zadina, who gives to Foligno, and he loses possession there to Brett Pesce. Now Ryan Graves peels up ice to Nyquist. His pass behind the net to O'Reilly, in front for Nichis to Nyquist, and he gets a quick snapshot off, which is turned away by Wedgewood. And then O'Reilly with a nice shot there in front, as Tyson Barrie kind of went away from the play there. Ryan Graves to Nyquist. Gotta get it out, boys. Tyson Barrie is able to pick it up, gives to Zadina. Zadina's pass for Foligno. Should have just dumped that one in, get the line change, but Foligno will still play it as he recovers. Now Stanley with it will take it in towards goal. His shot is saved by Kochkatov. I would maybe like to see it pass there across, but we'll be happy with it. We need more shots on net. Maybe we have, I think, 12 shots now here with just over 11 minutes left in this third period. That's not going to get the job done, but you got to give credit to Carolina, one of the better defensive teams in the league, and they've been able to control the puck here in this game, time on possession. Svechnikov's pass there's intercepted. Compher now takes it into the zone. Good patience there. Skates around the net. Now Mangiapane with it in front. Pad save there, paddled away by Kochkatov. Now Kane with a ripper in front. Save Kochkatov. Slavin takes it up ice here for Carolina. He'll pass to Teravainen. Back to Svechnikov, who goes towards net. Back for Burns, I believe that was. And his one-timer attempt goes wide. Compher with it on this Hartford top line. He'll give to Olofsson. Olofsson gets it in front, and Compher recovers, but his shot is blocked in front. Now Orlov to Ceci, who tried to get Arvidsson some action there in front of the net, but he's pickpocketed there as Kotkaniemi enters the zone for Carolina. Brent Burns now with it in front for Kotkaniemi. What a save there by Wedgewood to keep this game tied. Kotkaniemi looking for his second goal of the game. Olofsson now fighting with Kotkaniemi. Kotkaniemi wins the puck. Although he gets hit, and now loose puck ends up on Arvidsson after a feed from Orlov. Arvidsson will dump it in as Brent Burns picks it up to Slavin. Loose puck there, and Carolina is still able to retain possession. Hard hit there by Dmitry Orlov, setting the tone there. Nolan Patrick with it on this Hartford fourth line. Still with it. Up to Martinick, and his shot is saved. Now Patrick with it to Evans. Evans can't get the shot off. That would have been nice if Martinick was able to get a goal here against his former team. Martinick passes back. Still a loose puck. As a hard hit there from Martinick on Slavin, his former teammate. So he's really setting the tone here and providing some energy for Hartford late in this game, in a tie hockey game nonetheless. Nolan Patrick now to Martinick again. Martinick skates it in. He tries to get the feed up to Evans, but it was intercepted there. As Evans now gets it. Brown over to Evans. Back to Mangiapane, who just gets out there. A rip. Pad save. Kochkatov. Now Kane in front with it. His backhand attempt is saved. We like to see this kind of injection of life here by Hartford late in this game. Now Grzelcyk with it. His quick shot. Rebound, scores. Patrick Kane. As Hartford takes the lead here late. It just took a little surge, a little jolt. But this team, which has been mostly on hibernation mode most of this game, is able to come away with the late lead. As Patrick Kane scores in his 4th out of 5 games here to start this season. Only 17 shots on goal, but 3 of them went in. So it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. And when we've gotten chances, they've certainly been good there. As you see, Patrick Kane among the goal-scoring leaders here in this young season, as Hertl still leads the way for San Jose. So now Hartford plays with a 1-goal lead here down the stretch with 2.5 minutes left. Shot wide there by Carolina. Let's see if Wedgewood can hold strong here to close this game. Mangiapane enters the zone. Cole ends up with it. Is that Ian Cole still playing in this league? I believe that's Ian Cole. He's been around for a long time. Teravainen, weak shot saved there by Wedgewood. So just a minute 33 here left. And let's see if Hartford can stay strong and close out this game. Aho there on the draw for Carolina against Leo Carlson. Carlson wins the draw. Now Orlov picks it up. He'll skate it into the zone. And he's tripped up. So with just over 69 ticks left in this game at a minute 9, we'll be on the power play. So there he is, Ian Cole. So certainly more signs pointing to us able to close out this game unless we're able to unless we obviously squander a shorthanded goal here. So we'll have Lawton, Comfort, and Zadina out there. As you see, Tyson Berry there as our right defenseman on this power play unit. As we're 1 for 1 on the power play. Mangiapane gives it back to Zadina. Now Berry in front, skates it in front, and he's saved there by Kochkatov as Berry tried to put salt in the wound here late and give us some insurance. Stall shot just goes by Wedgewood. That almost ended up in the net. Now Carolina with the extra attacker out as we're at 5-on-5. Zadina scores his first goal as a Hartford Whaler. Is going to do it here and solidify the win for Hartford. 4-2 now for the Whalers. What a game. It wasn't pretty most of the way here, but that's not what matters. This team came together to get this win. And I don't know why it paused right there. Sorry about that. See Scott Lawton among the league leader in hits as Leon Draisaitl paves the way for Edmonton. So 27 seconds left here. And let's just put this one home. O'Reilly with it. 20 seconds. Orlov trying to win possession there in the corner. Loose puck in front picked up by Arvidsson. Pass up to Leo Carlson. And now under 10 seconds here. Arvidsson tries to get another empty net goal here for Hartford, but it goes just wide. And that's going to do it here, folks, as Hartford gets our second win of the year. A very strong victory here against a very good Carolina Hurricanes team. And Scott Wedgewood. Carolina had 40 shots. Scott Wedgewood with 38 saves. That's That's almost more than the amount of saves he had in like 4 preseason games. So you love to see that rebound here from Scott Wedgewood, and you love to see there as we salute our fans. And no, that's great. We're 1-3 now, 2-3, and we'll sim a couple games here after that, and hopefully we can carry this momentum. As 4-2, Hartford Whalers win. Thank you for watching. I'll see you back at our dashboard, but we'll look at these stars real quick. Victor Olofsson, third star with 1 goal, 2 hits. He had that, I think, the second goal for us in this game. Now, Patty Kane, 1 goal, 1 assist. He's been very dynamic for us. And he put home that was to take the lead, I believe, right? And, of course, Scott Wedgewood, 38 saves on 40 shots. What a tremendous performance for him. Really stood on his head in this one for Hartford as they win 4-2. All right, so now we see 2-3, Patrick Kane, our points leader, with 6 points through 5 games. And like I said, we're going to go ahead and sim a few games here and kind of work our way through this season. So I think I will leave Wedgewood in net just because it's a back-to-back game coming up. If it was just a single one-night game, I would have Murray out there. But after that tremendous performance, we're going to leave Wedgewood out there for another game and see if he can keep up this good play. So here we go. We're going to sim against Los Angeles Kings, who come into this game 2-1-1. We'll sim this first period here. Power play goal from Drew Doughty puts the Kings up 1-0. And then there we go. Wedgewood gives up 4 goals there in that second period as Martinick and Victor Olofsson gets on the board for us with a power play goal. So Wedgewood was famous for giving up those 3 goal periods there in the preseason, and this period gives up 4. That was in this third period, and he gives up 2 more. So we're going to fall 7-4 in a very high-scoring game with another goal there from Patrick Kane, and Scott Lawton gets his first of the season as well. And Tyson Barrie is hurt. That is not good. So we're going to have to fix that, and I believe we're going to bring Jacob Larson now into the lineup for his first playing time of the season. So now we have our lines fixed for our next game with Jacob Larson replacing Tyson Barrie in the lineup. And as I was simming to our next game, we got a trade offer here from Columbus as they want Jordan Martinick, and they're willing to give up a 3rd-round pick as long as we throw in a 6th. So we're not going to do anything yet, although Martinick, I think, played very, very well against Carolina, brought a lot of energy there down the stretch, and kind of, I want to say, willed us to get those last couple goals to seal the deal. So we're not going to do anything yet, but that's something definitely worth considering down the line here. So we'll decline that as now we'll take on San Jose, who's off to a very good start here at 3-1, outplaying expectations in their first 4 games with Thomas Hertl, I believe, the leading goal scorer in the NHL. So we go up 1-0 after the first period as we outshot them 15-3. Victor Arvidsson here with another goal. Nothing in the second period. Now going to the third period. We hang on to win 1-0. You love those kind of games, especially after our start. There was so many high-scoring games. So 1-0 game as we get the shutout. First shutout here for the Whalers with Matt Murray playing tremendous there in net as Victor Arvidsson being the lone goal scorer. So a very good result there as we advance now to 3-4. We'll sim now to Florida, who has started the year 2-1-2. Obviously another very, very good team. I just want to make sure Murray is still in net for this one. I do have the option on where they'll swap goalies after every few games. So yeah, see, they threw Wedgewood out there. So good thing I checked because we certainly want Matt Murray back out there following a shutout and a few days off. So now at Florida, as we look to get to 500 with a win here. No goals there in the first period, only 14 combined shots. Now we fall 2-1 here in the second period. Max Pacioretty down on Florida, and Barkov score for the Panthers. Zadina for us. It's in the third period, and we're not able to hang on here as we give up 2 more there in the fourth as Comfort does score on the power play for us. So now 3-5 for Hartford. not too shabby, especially when you've considered some of these teams we've had to play. And speaking of good teams, they want to give us Christian Tanoff. I think it's Christian Tanoff, and we're not going to look into that right now. So now we play Vegas, as Tyson Barrie is available to play in our next team's game, but he's not fully recovered from his injury, I believe. Let's see. So yeah, he still has the medical icon there next to his name. So we'll let him get to full health before we bring him back. We don't want to rush anything. So also, I should have just made sure Matt Murray was still in goal for this game. And I think maybe after this, we'll throw Wedgewood back out there. Good to go. So wouldn't it be something here at Vegas 5-0-1 if we could give them their first regulation loss of the season? Obviously, they're still a very young franchise as well, but they've had tremendous success here early on, and we'll try to match what they've been able to accomplish. So 0-0 after the first period as we get 15 shots on goal. We'll fall down here 2-1 in the second period as Kane, another shot, and then Bluger there, shorthanded goal. You never like to see that for Vegas. So we'll send this third period, and Hartford's going to take it. Martinick with a goal and Josh Brown, two unlikely candidates here, put Hartford ahead late in the third, well, I guess early in the third period, late in the game, as we're able to give Vegas their first regulation loss of the season with a 3-2 victory. Let's check out the 3 stars in this one. Matt Murray, the only star there for Hartford, with a very, very good, another very good performance there for Matt Murray. Now a 5-1 Ottawa team. Wow. They've also exceeded expectations here. So we will throw Barrie back in the lineup, and I want to do some scouting. So I'll do that offline real quick and then come back and we'll sim a few more before we close this episode. All right, so now that we've added Tyson Barrie back into the lineup, we'll sim this game against Ottawa, who has started the season very good at 5-2. This will be our 10th game of the season. After the first period, 1-1 with goals from Comfort and Norris, and we actually kept Murray in for this game, just to give him a little revenge game against a team he spent some of last season with. Sim that second period as DeBrincat and Chabot get on the board for Ottawa, and no goals there in the third period as we give up 41 shots in this game. So 38 saves on 41 shots from Murray, not bad. And now we see here Josh Brown is hurt, so another injury we'll have to fix, as we're just going to plug Jacob Larson in there real quick. This one I don't have to do much for. Oops. So we have been playing with 2 defensive defensemen there on that back line. First I had Larson and Brown when Barrie was hurt. Then I had Stanley and Brown. But now Brown's hurt, so we'll just throw Larson out there. And that was an easy one. I wish that NHL allowed you to save presets of lines just so you don't have to fix so many lines every time a player gets hurt. But what are you going to do? And see, Brown's already available to play, but he's not fully recovered, so we'll just leave him out for this one against Anaheim, who is 6-3. All of these teams we're playing against with winning records. This one we'll throw Wedgewood out there for, give Murray a night off. And also, last game when we were playing Carolina, I mentioned that their goalie Frederik Andersen actually signed with the team in free agency, and that team was Detroit, not Anaheim. So I just wanted to clarify that for you in case you were interested in that little note. So in this first period, as Wedgewood allows 2 goals, there we see one from Patrice Bergeron, the newly signed Anaheim Duck. Now the second period almost gets shut out again in this period, but Arvidsson puts one on the board with 16 seconds. And now let's recover here in the third. As we do, Patty Kane with 2 goals, a game-tying goal with 51 seconds. So this game is going to head to overtime, where Anaheim and Patrice Bergeron are going to prevail. So at least we're able to get the point there from Wedgewood. And now Matt Grzelcyk is hurt. Jeez, the injuries are just nonstop here. So I will have to fix some things again, which I'll do, and then we'll just sim a couple more games to close out this episode. So our lines are fixed yet again here in this game. And I just want to make sure Murray's out there for this game against Carolina. And yeah, they threw Wedgewood back out there. So I'm going to turn off rotate goalies. That's something I'll just control myself. As Carolina 4-5-1. Not off to a good start here. Definitely under exceeding expectations to start this year. So in this first period, as Hartford takes a 1-0 lead with a Zadina power play goal, as Cam Talbot is in net for Carolina. Now in the second period, Jarvis with 2, 1 on the power play. O'Reilly chips in for 1 as well. So in this third period, as we get outscored again by 2 goals, as we give up another power play goal to Kotkaniemi, and Arvidsson gets on the board for us there as well. So we'll just sim these last 2 games here to close out this episode. Now at New York, Matt Grzelcyk is available to play. I don't know if he'll be at full health yet there. As we get another trade offer for Martinick, as the Flyers are trying to give us Sean Walker. Or is that Scott Walker, Sean Walker? One of the two. So we're going to leave Murray out here. Just want to make sure he's in. And then after this episode, I'll turn off auto-rotate goalies. That way we don't have to keep checking it. So Rangers here 6-2-2. Hartford not doing too good with back-to-back losses there. Now we're at 4-7-1. We go up 1-0 after the first period with a Mangiapane goal. Still no scoring for the Rangers in the second period. And another shutout here for Matt Murray as we defeat a very good Rangers team 1-0, as Murray with 34 saves on 34 shots, as he'll be the first star here. Another goalie battle. I forget who the other team we just played 1-0 was, but you'd like to see us kind of playing gritty hockey, and that's just an AHL injury, so we'll let the computer do that. You'd love to see us battle out for those 1-0 victories. That's a brand of hockey I didn't really think. I mean, I thought we would be a gritty team and a tough team to play, but I didn't think that we'd be winning these 1-0 games early on, especially against good teams. Now, just want to check one more thing. So Grzelcyk is available. So I'm gonna leave you here. Next episode we will start with by simming these next 2 games against Vancouver and then the Islanders. And then after that, we'll go to Chicago as Patty Kane will return home against the Blackhawks, as we'll also get a glimpse of Connor Bedard. So very good episode overall, I'd say. We got to witness a very, very good win against a good Carolina Hurricanes team despite their record early on. And we're kind of making our way through this season, obviously still early. Next episode, we will sim a couple, then we'll play against Chicago, probably sim a few more after that. And then in the following episode, we'll sim maybe 10 to 15 games and really put a dent in this season. So as always, I'll never not express my gratitude if you're supporting the channel and watching my videos. I really, really appreciate it. And as I said last episode, I just really encourage you to leave some comments. I want to know what you think so far through the early stages of this expansion franchise series. So, as always, it's been real and be well. I'll see you all next time.